Hey everybody, let's talk about paper for a minute. I've been doing a lot of printing on vellum and tracing paper, different kinds of translucent type papers, and there seems to be a little bit of confusion in the comments about what is what and the differences. And let's talk about it for a minute. I love to learn, and so I also love to share knowledge and teach. Be willing to teach to anybody who's willing to learn, and then be humble enough to learn from anybody who's willing to teach. It's something that I've been saying for a long time, and I 100% believe that. So let's talk about the stuff I grabbed out of the kitchen first, because all these papers, I think, as crafters and journalers, we just love paper. That we like feeling it, we like hearing it, we like working with it. We cut paper apart and we glue it back together, and that's the fun part for us. So let's talk about paper for a minute. So I just grabbed the waxed paper because it's a really beautiful translucent paper to work with. You can put it in your journals and use it in your crafts. It's crispy and crunchy, and obviously it's just paper that's coated with wax. Pretty self-explanatory on that one. Now when we get into parchment paper, it gets a little more confusing. So this is kitchen parchment paper, right? So kitchen parchment paper, if you get the kind without the printing on it, the brand name printed on it, you can use it in your journals and your crafts too. But kitchen parchment paper is coated with silicone, so that makes it non-stick for baking and stuff like that. But the parchment paper, when I say parchment paper, this is more of the kind I'm thinking of. This crispy, crunchy, modern parchment paper. Historically, parchment paper was made out of animal skins like calf, goat, sheep, and then you know that a lot of our historical documents were printed on or written on real parchment paper made out of animal skin. Nowadays, it's made out of most of our papers are made out of cellulose. Plant fibers and wood pulp. So this isn't an animal product, and I probably wouldn't even use it if it was an animal product. But anyway, so this is the parchment paper that I'm talking about, not the kitchen parchment paper. Usually when I'm talking about parchment, and this one is made to look old and aged, right? I love this stuff. Then we have glassine. So glassine can be a little confusing. I don't have any sheets of glassine right now. I just have some envelopes. And glassine is a beautiful, crispy, crunchy, translucent paper too. And but it's very glossy. So I find personally glassine really doesn't take the ink from rubber stamping or printing well. They do, I think they sell printable glassine though, if this is something you want with that glossy finish. There you go. Now vellum, let's talk about vellum. Vellum isn't as crunchy. It's thicker and stronger, but it's still translucent, and I buy printable vellum so I can, put it through my home printer. Vellum was also historically made from calf skin, but again, no longer made from animal. And so vellum is a nice, strong paper. And then if you don't have access to vellum, here's the great alternative, tracing paper. Tracing paper is another crispy, crunchy. It looks very similar to vellum, but it's thinner and a little bit more fragile. Not fragile as it's going to fall apart. It's just not as strong as vellum. But see how the look is very, very similar. And you can get tracing paper that you can put through your home printers too. I just recently did a video about how I print on tracing paper. So those are just some basic papers I wanted to go over to add different different textures and stuff to your journals. It's really nice to use all different kinds of papers. I think it is. I like to use different sizes and colors and textures, and I dig paper. I think we all heart paper. If you have any questions, go ahead and ask in the comments. But I hope this clears up a little confusion, especially the whole parchment paper thing, kitchen parchment and paper parchment. But go ahead and try all these different papers. I think you'll have fun with them. Take care.